Welcome back, Roboters. This is the eighth time now. Loosely counting, it could be the 80th time. We're testing a new progression for the love of steel plated armor. Okay, on a robot. So, I did a test off screen. So, we're going to be further along than the last failure. But again, I don't think we're gonna be uploading any of the failed attempts, so I'm gonna try to give the whole speech over again. All right, I'm gonna clear. Oh shoot, I didn't want to do that. Son of a bing bong. Well, all right. As I enter in the history, 24. We'll try to. We'll try to go through the speech. Last recording was starting. I actually thought it was going to work out, so I was being enthusiastic and inspirational. I said things that were poetic. Okay, for a roulette, for for a roulette world, and this time we're gonna just get down to brass tacks. I think 32. Um, P.C.P is the new progression. The probability crushing progression. It's very silly of a name because this is a home brewed app, the Diamond Edge app. Code name the Diamond app. Actually, the code name would be DGP. It stands for Diamond Game Professional, which has evolved from the Emerald Game Professional. Anyway, so where are we at? What the number is? 4 and 8. Okay, so P.C.P is aggressive. Data Blade is meant to be really steady. I There's a lot of ways to calibrate Data Blade. So currently the calibrations it gets it does. I do have it calibrated to be maximum aggression. Um, but anywho, it's intended to be really steady. So ideally, what you do is you put on Data Blade, you run really calm, nearly flat bets, and let's say then you hit a, I call them storms, but we call it drawback, drawdown. I don't know. And so if you look at my total here, I started with 3,000 points. I'm at 2,910. So it's a little bit of a drawdown. If I were to be, if this was played with flat bets, just 10 points per bet location, and now I'm down 80. That means I need to win 8 times more than, well, not really, because you have the singles bet. But anywho, it means you need some wins anyway. So this might be a good time to switch to P.C.P and boost back up, and then switch back to Data Blade. But we're just testing P.C.P straightforward here, so I'm just gonna jump right into P.C.P. I'm gonna yawn real quick. Um, And then we're going to talk about the little nuances. I'm going to look at my color, different the colors in the action panel to select a color. I think I'm going to stick with blue. I've been playing blue. You want to change your colors from time to time based on the data, which is another, it's for another time to get into, not at this time. Yeah, and that is, oh, that's another yawn. Okay, so we have P.C.P. to, we're going to talk about the nuances of the app. Yeah, so it's defaulted now in advanced mode to select your colors is going to be defaulted to blank. You have to manually select your color, press update in advanced mode, then you get your colors pop up. To when you're in P.C.P, check P.C.P, press activate. At the moment, I don't have the P.C.P history box working, so that's blank. But I can read part of it off screen. So it is kind of important to have that. But the undo button doesn't really work anyway, so we're gonna just play a precise game. So you got to enter your total in the results bay entry box. Okay, press enter from in the entry box. Well, so when your cursor is in the entry box, press enter. If you press the update button on your first round, it will crash. There's just a little error at the moment, which might be how I release it. So that's why I'm letting you know. In this video where I'm really tired. Sorry. Oh my god, it's like so late that the the numbers on the clock are their shapes and they're blocks. They're not even numbers. They're not even they've devolved. So they're sub numbers. Okay, not negative. They're not even numbers yet. That's how late early or whatever small. What happens to the numbers when it gets late? They get small or something, or they get big. I don't know. I'm lost in time, so you just have to bear with me here. Okay, so you do that. Press enter in the results bay. Now, if you want to change your color, you just select your color, press the update button for the color, and then even if nothing happens, okay, because watch what will happen if I don't do it. Okay, let me show you here. Green, update, there's green. Now I'm just going to select yellow. I'm not going to press update on the color. Press it down here, and now there's 10s everywhere. That's not how it works. Got to press it over here, then you press it there, and that's your yellow bet. Anyway, back to blue, update, update, in that order. Okay, so these check boxes up here, where they're not activated yet. It's so that you can have custom presets for your. You can have so P.C.P is a progression like set a rules set for a progression, and so the A, B, and C would be like the actual calculation I guess, for that rule set. So in other words, it would translate to being like the A would be your medium to high aggression level. B would be like your maximum aggression level, and then C is going to be a hybrid progression mechanic. It kind of dances around the totals a little bit more, gives you. We'll see if that even makes a difference, if there's even any point to it. So ideally that there'll be some cool magic there for like longer for running P.C.P for longer periods of time. Um, or it's just going to be another level of aggression, another straightforward, like maybe it'd be like very low aggression. Okay, so here we go, placing bets. Okay, we're going to boost out of this drawback. Drawdown? Is it draw? I don't know. I don't know anything. I barely know. I barely even know nothing. That's how slim these pickings are out here. Okay, so, oh man, things are going okay right now, but that's because we won the rounds, but we're not out of the woods yet. So we're gonna see some magic happen unless it wins. Okay, then we're not gonna see the progression change yet. So we're just, and this is probably gonna win. It doesn't matter if you win on the two bet, your progression stays at the same level. Excuse me, from the two bet, it only progresses on the single bet, so it's pretty easy. Conceptually, the rule set is very easy, but to program it into a machine, for some reason, man, it is not. It's so complicated to make it actually follow the rules correctly. There's just numbers everywhere. Was that the right bet? Hmm. I don't. I don't think I wasn't paying enough attention. But let's see if this. Okay, that was correct, but let's see if this progresses right here. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna punch a wall. Okay. No, we're good. Okay. Whew. I've been punching a wall for 2 days. So when you miss on a singles bet, it sort of it waits and then it makes a progression on the next singles bet. And then if you lose that one, it uses that same unit on the next round for your singles or for your doubles. And it just does that and is working very much the way it's supposed to right now. And I'm going to take a minute here. Ooh, look at that. I haven't seen an H6 in a long time. We were so close to it. Man, right there, yellow. But, so one of the other things you want to do if, excuse me, I don't know, one color hits a bunch, or sorry, one color, so you have green, has missed 6 times in a row because of yellow hitting 6 times in a row. So you can pretty assuredly guesstimate with, yes, I understand it is called the gambler's fallacy, but when you are doing this much to back it up, it does actually kind of, it does actually kind of makes like literally makes sense. I've been making money on this system for 500 years. But now I've done a lot of testing And it doesn't predict the future, but it audits the randomness. Okay, what am I doing? 13 is it in here? 13's in here. So this is my next bet. I was thinking about changing my color and decided not to. And 20 and let's see how we do here. Oh, and there we are. See that? Look at them for apples. So we are out of the hole that we were in, and we're actually now 10 points, 1 unit in the positive. The black, is that what they call that? In the black? What a stupid thing to say. Man, I'm glad I never said that. Wow. Okay, so now I'm gonna change to green, which is I think a little risky because I missed my opportunity. See what right here, this M6. That's what I was talking about. I was saying when there's a bunch of misses in a row, you can be pretty sure the hit is coming, and boom, there it is. Okay, it's in black and white. It's right there, people. Okay, so um, a six is up there. It's pretty rare. It's I haven't seen a six in days. Probably more than that. Maybe longer than days. Like a lot of rounds, and I haven't seen M6. So, oh, excuse me. So these things happened. Yeah, there was going to be some consecutive misses in a row, but they are they're always spaced out. That's what I found in my testing, which I've now have in black and white. I have other programs that do this testing. Um, you know, it shows them they're always spaced out. It's really weird, but that's the nature of randomness. Like those are the for whatever reason it has a nature. It has it has a trait, and you can. I mean, if you do visual math, you can quote unquote calculate the trait. So if you know anyone that can do that, you should ask them to build you one of these, okay? Because I guess I'm just gonna stick with blue. It feels like a bad idea, but also doesn't. Oh yeah, because I have H3. What are the odds that the super low that this is gonna go to H4? The fact that it's a H3 so soon after an H6 is pretty rare in itself. So I'm gonna go to salmon. We're gonna switch to salmon. That's what we're gonna do. So I'm pressing update on the color, and then I'm gonna press update to get the total. And okay, I was wrong. Look at that. I was wrong. But once you switch to a color, um, I'm afraid that I didn't enter that. Okay, there we go. Because I can't even see the total anymore on off screen. All right, and I didn't. The other thing it does, if I enter the same total twice, it will erase it. That just lets you know that it's. I did in fact enter that 3,000 in there. It's not been entered twice. Anywho, so this is the correct bet. And I don't have the insurance. Did I talk about that in this? So I'm getting them all mixed up. In this recording, I don't know. But I don't have the insurance, and insurance is the zeros. And was that this video? I was saying the America is built on insurance. And you, oh dang it, and you gotta know when to pay for insurance and when to save on insurance. I'm gonna pay for insurance on this round. But the insurance rule of thumb is 1/10 of your field bet. Man, salmon P.C.P has, oh, and it's switched me now. When the zeros hit, it automatically switches your color. So am I gonna be placing the same? Okay, so 35 is my total on the field. So 1/10 of that would be 3.5 can go on insurance. And I'm going to pay for insurance. And I'm going to lose it all. I lost all of my insurance. But that's okay. Because, did that enter? Huh. What's going on here? Okay. Alright. Just wanted to make sure. I guess it wasn't. It just needed to get driven in. And it just wasn't going in. Alright, so I'm going to abide by my insurance. 18, boom, and 2916, 50. Oh my gosh, it's getting big. I'm gonna save a little bit. I should have gone to 5, but I didn't. Oh my gosh, I thought I was gonna. So now salmon is taking L's, but it's okay. We have P.C.P, and we're gonna probably get high. I don't know if it was this video, but one of them I was talking about being fascinated with the letters of P.C.P. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to go with that as the name for this, so that I could, you know, experience the fascination with getting high on something called P.C.P. At the moment, we're getting low, but that's what, you have to have your ups and your downs. Alright, I'll just round up to 8 then. So it says 75. I'm gonna sneeze. 2855. And this should reset. It does reset. So my aggression level is a little too low. That's why we're so low. But so this is gonna take a minute to dig out of the hole. But it's also because I'm using a large, oops, base unit to bankroll ratio. So you got to be careful, and that's the reason why. But this is going to spring back. It just gonna, with lower aggression, it just means it's gonna take longer. Oh my gosh, I should maybe switch colors, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna keep writing. We're just gonna keep slamming blue. And here we go on the next rise. We missed it. But we got to spend all this time together, and that's what's great. Wow, so many I'm on an M5. Oh man, I was on salmon, but I should have forced my way back onto salmon, but I did not. 42. I mean, if you think about this as 10 cents, that's what we're going to do from here. We're going to call this 10 cents, and this is $27.50. That can paint the picture a little bit better as to why we're not going full aggression. Oops. That's why. So this would have to be rounded up to 40. Oh boy. But I have a feeling it's gonna kick in right here. 30. It's gonna bounce back and forth. It's gonna probably miss here. So now we have, okay, 50 cents on a singles bet. It won. I was kind of hoping it didn't. And we go to the next. But anyway, $28.80. Okay. Oops. I kind of want to turn up the aggression a bit. 28.90. But I've never played, so I've been playing this P.C.P. progression for quite some time. I've never played it with the machine assistance until right now. And the thing with the machine is it's real easy to adjust, like calibrate the aggression level. So that's another thing. I've definitely never played this at anything other than full ass aggression, which is way 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 faster than this. Um, we would have long since recovered and we'd be several hundred points ahead by now. So, but this is really interesting, actually. It's like, I would say this is a really good performance. A lot of times you don't want to, like, the game isn't to actually profit, you're just converting bonus. And that's how I went from $0 to now I'm working with almost $60, which is a small amount of money, I know, but I mean, what's the percentage? Like, what's your multiple? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I literally went from $0 to $60. So like that is like a billion X. It's like infinite X. Like, how many times can you multiply 0 to get to 60? Right? Okay, so anywho, in those situations, when you're converting bonus, and that's how I go from 0 to 60, is you're given bonus, and then you just have to wager through it. You just have to break even, and if you wager enough and you break even, or profit some, or even lose a little bit, whatever, but you wagered through the total amount of bonus you were given. Now that bonus is essentially converted into withdrawable, cash. Like, that's now it's money. Now it's your money. So if that's all you're doing is just converting bonus, you don't even have to use a single penny of your own money, and you just have just this money machine, and it's kind of nice, right? So, and it takes time. It's $60. Took several weeks. I don't know how many, but several weeks. And here we go back down on the. Well, I'm also just. Oh, I had a H5. I should probably. Hmm. Switch to green. Yeah, we're gonna switch to green. 29, 29, 30. Oops. 20s. 32. 2890. Okay, that's also a bad idea to switch colors in the middle of a drawback, or whatever, unless you're ready to consider that risk. Um, you're gonna create an arbitrary loss, most likely, and potentially a arbitrary loss streak. Um, but if you do change colors when you shouldn't, during a draw, the only time you should change colors is when you're at a new peak. So if you change colors when you shouldn't, then you really, really have to stick with that color. You really can't do it again, unless you're really gonna ask for problems with this system. Man, we are just trying so hard to get out of the basement here, but it's so interesting how it's so close to even, isn't it? I think that I think we have found a little sweet spot of aggression, and that's something. Okay, now we're at an all-time low. That's wonderful, but that's something I've been looking for a long time with the machine. Something that does a really, really, really good job at staying even. Okay, let's see how this does. We need a singles win here. 287, 35. I think this video is too long now. So it's once again gonna just be stuck on my computer, but I'll give it a try. I will try to upload this. 2930. So so this might be the lowest level of aggression that should be used. That could be what the sweet spot that we're noticing actually means. So if you lowered their aggression, you would slowly just whittle away to nothing. And that also means if you just stepped it up just a little bit, you're going to slowly whittle away into, or not whittle away, or what's the opposite of away? That's a great question. That is a great question. What is the opposite of away? Huh. There kind of isn't one. You know? In that context? I wonder if this ever even will, like, even break even. This is crazy. How many rounds are we? 86. It's interesting. I mean, this is like really fascinating stuff. I think if we hit this, okay, that's, wow, it's not positive. 2990. And if we get, okay, I'm going to change colors. We're going to go to salmon. Okay, 3000. Okay, let's see how we do. Yes, that's how it's done. That is how it's done, ladies and germinations. And this is going to be a win. Oh my gosh. It's not. Because of the old zero. I didn't pay for insurance. I'm gonna push it back on the salmon. I want to keep playing on salmon. Okay, 31. Oops. Okay. Boom, 32. Let's see if this comes in to give us a new peak, which you'll see up here. So our peak was at 3020. Oh my gosh. Amazing. Okay, and it was not a peak, but I think salmon is going to give us that new peak. This is what I was saying a minute ago. It was more like 40 minutes ago. That 19. It's going to go back and forth, and then it's finally going to hit on the singles. It's going to miss single, then it's going to hit the double. Okay, so there's a miss on single, 24, and then, but it's going to hit, oops, but then it's going to hit on the double. Hopefully, okay, and then it's going to, eventually it's going to hit on the single, but maybe it'll, okay, no, we're not there yet, 21. What happened here? 36. It should be. Do I have an error? I have an error. Oh my gosh. Oh, think it's because I hit the undo button. I don't know. That's really weird. Yeah, it's like not progressing now. It was doing it before. I think it has something to do with me hitting that. Let's see if I can. I'm analyzing the spreadsheet off screen, which is a lot easier said than done. Holy crap. Okay. I don't know. Huh. Unless it has something to do with the color, there's some error in the. But let's see if we can just try to fudge it back into place. So 3000, and then it needs a color. I need to manually do this. Alright, so oops. Oh my goodness. Appreciate everyone's patience. And then salmon. Then lose again. And now, oops. Okay. 30, that's my bet. Okay. It should be even higher, but. Alright, so let's see if it picks up where we left off in reality, too. And we're still going to hit this double. Okay, and now we have great chance of hitting the single, and it's really going to boost unless a zero comes up, which is always fun. But there it is. There it is. Okay. So don't press undo. That's the lesson we learned. That I'll have that fixed up eventually. But so that's how that works. Great stuff. Stay tuned. Thanks for your patience. Thank you and good night.